deciding on what he can do with that. Carter is in a really good position. All Stuart Deering has is that Golden Hind and a Stubborn Denial in hand. And that's what he looks like Carter's doing. He looks like he's going to Monstrous it for 6, take care of the Golden Hind, and attack for 16. So that is going to drop Stuart to 4, and then he's going to manifest over a Whisperwood Elemental. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was 17. So Stuart is at 3. And Stuart is viewing the board state, wondering what he can do. That card would have to be a pretty good one to be able to handle this board position from Carter. Encase in Ice on the Polychronos. Well, that's going to take care of that, but Stuart is still facing down lethal. He's going to have to come up with something pretty good. And he just passes the turn back, so it looks like Carter Newman is going to take this game. Play land, go up to 13 off the Courser trigger. Play a Nisa Vastwood Seer, flip it, and attack for lethal. Should be the handshake from Stewart. Not sure what he can do at this moment. And yeah, that's the game. There's the handshake. Carter Newman is going to win this game 2-0. And that was a pretty quick round, so I think we're going to try to get some Modern on the screen for you guys. We will find out shortly, I'm sure. So yeah, what do you guys think the best deck in Standard right now is going into the Pro Tour? I'm curious, after all you know from SCG Chicago, and all we know from the pre-meta of Magic Origins, what do you think the best deck heading into the Pro Tour is? I want to know what you guys think before I say. Alright, yeah, looks like we're going to have some sick Modern on the screen for you. Kian is going to be playing Nyack Burn, and Matt Oldacre is playing Abzan Coco. Kian is going to be on the right of the screen, and Matt's going to be on the left. So I'm going to get the life pad updated. And this is still round 2 from Modern. I'm not sure what happened in game 1. I'm sure this isn't game 2. It might be game 1. I'll try to find that out for you guys here shortly. Alright, this is game 2. I don't know who the winner of game 1 was yet, but I'm sure I'll also find that out here shortly. As Matt has shuffled up and presented, Kian looks like it's still sideboarding. Sometimes they get interrupted right in the middle of a game and they don't have a chance to do it beforehand, so they get stuck doing it in front of you guys. So it gives me a little insight, hopefully, to what they're thinking. Looks like I see a Molten Rain in Kian's deck. I'm not sure if that's sideboard or main deck. Ooh, saw a Wild Nicole in there. That's pretty cool. That looks like a decently stock. Looks like the mana base is a little budget with some Sunpetal Groves and Rootbound Crags, but other than that, looks like a pretty stock Naya Burn list from Kian. Ooh, and I have actually just found out that at 9 o'clock, so probably soon after this round ends, I will be giving away a dig through time to one lucky viewer who is who's participating in the chat. Can't wait to get to that. I'll also be opening a pack of Magic Origins for you guys to see on camera. Hopefully we can pull something sick from that. Haven't opened a Planeswalker yet, so I feel like I am due, but hopefully we can make that happen for you guys. Alright, Kian has settled on his sideboarding. He is shuffling up. I'm sure he'll present soon. And I'll find out shortly who's on the play and who's on the draw. Kian has to be favored if he's on the play. If he's on the draw, maybe not so much. Matt does have a lot of... he does have Kitchen Finxes, and I'm sure game 2 he has even more life gain. I'm not sure of his exact deck list, but I'm sure he can handle it. Looks like a Burnt and Forge Tender, always pretty good against a red deck. Kian looks like he has a Sacred Foundry, 1-land hand. Not sure if he's going to keep that. Looks like both players are going to mulligan. Matt didn't like what he's seen either. And yeah, Foil Lily would be pretty sweet. Especially opening that on camera. You get to watch me make a stupid face as I stare in awe. Alright, so both players were unhappy with their 7-card hands. They're going to shuffle up real quick. Get the present and the cut. And let's see if they like their 6. It's always nice when your opponent mulligans a 6. Makes it a little more fair. Some games can be sluggish, but at least we might actually get to see some magic. Andy, I'll be opening it as soon as this round's over. Kian does not like his 6. Matt, I see a Forest and a Verdant Catacombs, Burnt and Forge Tinder. I didn't get a look at the other cards. Put it away too quickly. Hopefully he spreads them like that again. I'll give it a good look. Bloodstained Mire from Kian. I'm gonna go down to 19 and find a mountain or a swamp. Gonna get a Sacred Foundry. Looks like it's gonna come into play untapped. Gonna drop his life total from 17 to 17 from the shock. Let's see what his turn 1 play is. Lava Spike, gonna deal 3 damage to Matt right off the bat. So Burn is getting the party started early. Looks like a Plains. Well, that's wrong. There's a Forest. Yeah, Forest. Forest from Matt. Looks kind of white, doesn't it? Am I the only one who's not seeing that? We got Forest Birds of Paradise from Matt for his turn 1 play. Kean's gonna draw his card, and looks like he missed his second land drop and play a suspended Rift Bolt. There's a Verdant Catacombs from Matt. Let's see what he does with that. Looks like he has a Quarter Calling in his hand. He's gonna sack the Verdant Catacombs, dropping himself to at least 16. We'll see what he does. Life points are pretty precious against the Naya Burn deck. Get a Swamp, so yeah, he's gonna stay at 16. And play a Kitchen Finks, gonna gain 2 life off that, go to 18. Which is a pretty good play if you're the Abzan Coco deck. See, from the way it played out, I'm guessing Matt's up a game here. Rift Bolt gonna go see where he decides to point this. I'm gonna read over that Kitchen Finks and see his persist trigger. And he's gonna decide to shoot. Looks like Matt to the face, dropping him to 15. Draws his card for the turn and misses his land drop again. That is not looking good for the Naya deck. He has at least a Burrow Charm, an Eidolon, and an Atarkus Command. So yeah, much needed life points. Matt's gonna play a Temple Garden untapped and drop himself to 13. And he has an Anafinza. So Cord here. Cord for a Viscera Seer would start the infinite loop of infinite life gain and infinite scries. Basically, you play Viscera Seer, which is a 1-drop for a black 1/1, and has sacrifice a creature to scry a card, and you keep sacrificing Kitchen Finks, and the Anafinza trigger will bolster it. After it persists back, so the negative counter and the positive counter cancel each other out, so you're left with 3/2 Kitchen Finks, and you just continue to do that in an infinite loop, scrying infinite times and drawing and gaining infinite life. So infinite life being pretty good against the Naya Burn deck. I'm sure Matt will consider that, depending on what Kean draws. He's going to play a Burnt and Forge Tender and get the bolster effect off the Anafinza. Looks like he's just going to protect the combo with the Burnt and Forge Tender, as he's going to Cord for 1. Knowing the coast is clear because Kean does not have an open mana, and with Burnt and Forge Tender protecting from any possible Gutshot shenanigans. And he does. He gets the Viscera Seer. He's going to bolster 1 from the Anafinza trigger onto the Viscera Seer. And he's going to demonstrate the infinite loop to Kean. Yeah. Counters. The counters will cancel each other out. Matt's going to gain 2 life and go to 15 and scry. And he's going to show him the infinite loop over and over and over again, explain that he's going to gain infinite life in the process. And let's see what he decides to stop at.